Animal cells. There are 5 parts to know in an animal cell. We call these organelles. The nucleus controls the cell and contains your DNA, genes, and chromosomes. The cytoplasm is the jelly-like substance where chemical reactions happen. The cell membrane controls what goes in and out of the cell, a bit like a bouncer on a door. Mitochondria release energy through aerobic respiration. So the more active a cell is, the more mitochondria it has. So think of something like a sperm cell that has to swim about. It needs lots of mitochondria to provide energy. And finally, ribosomes. Ribosomes make proteins. So think about the keratin in your nails and also your hair. For the exam, you need to be able to label all 5 and say what each one does. A plant cell has everything that an animal cell has, plus 3 extras. Firstly, a cellulose cell wall for support. Think about something like celery that's really quite tough. Well, that's largely due to the cellulose cell wall. Chloroplasts, where photosynthesis happens, they're full of a pigment called chlorophyll, which is why they're green. Don't say chloroplasts are in every plant cell. For example, root hair cells don't have any chloroplasts because they're underground where it's dark and they don't photosynthesize. There's no light there. Examiners love asking that question. And finally, a permanent vacuole filled with cell sap that keeps the cell turgid. When we think of turgid, we're thinking of something tough and a little bit swollen. Now we move on to the light microscope. A light microscope shines light up through a thin specimen. So our specimen might be something like a skin cell, or a cheek cell, or a plant leaf cell. You'll remember having seen a demonstration or done an investigation where you've taken a really thin slice of onion and put it under the microscope. Well, that specimen, that onion, was really thin so that light could get through it. In a microscope, you have 2 lenses that do the work. The eyepiece lens at the top, which is where you put your eye and look down, and the objective lens, and that's the one that you can swing carefully into place over the specimen. Because there are 2 lenses, we need to think about the total magnification using the eyepiece times the objective lens. A 10 times eyepiece with a 40 times objective lens gives you 400 times magnification. Just remember that when you are doing the calculation for magnification using a microscope, there are 2 lenses, and therefore you have to think about the eyepiece lens and you multiply it by the objective lens to give you the total magnification. Light microscopes go up to about 2,000 times magnification. That's quite big. However, the magnification is not powerful enough to see really tiny objects, and that's where we use electron microscopes. They go up to 2 million times magnification and with a much higher resolution, and that resolution allows you to see an object more clearly. But the problem with electron microscopes, apart from being so expensive and generally very big, is that they can't show living cells. The cell has to be dead first. So that's a quick comparison that the examiner often asks for. Enzymes. Enzymes are biological catalysts. That just means they speed reactions up without being used up themselves. Your body uses them to build things like proteins and to break things down like the food that you eat. Each enzyme has a special section called the active site. The molecule that the enzyme works on is called the substrate, and it slots into the active site, like a key into a lock. And that's why we call this the lock and key model. 3 things affect how well an enzyme works: temperature, pH, and substrate concentration. If the temperature is too high or the pH is too far from the optimum, the active site changes shape permanently, and that means the substrate can no longer fit. When that happens, we say that the enzyme has denatured. An examiner tip: never say a denatured enzyme has died. Enzymes were never alive. You say the active site has changed shape and the substrate no longer fits. Diffusion. Diffusion